Peace, what up? This is Doc Blake with Ethereal TV, bringing you the 114th episode of The Last Piece to the Puzzle. The motto for me is silver, gold, and cryptos equals freedom because they are decentralized assets and they're going to play an important part in the immediate, the short term, and the long term futures. You see the cover art today. It's me looking over the Grand Canyon. Looks like I'm looking at Bitcoin, way down in the canyon. And the saying is, did Bitcoin finally hit the bottom? Today we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give, freestyle, give my thoughts, my opinions. You can already hear the excitement of where I'm going with this right now because I smell fear. I smell fear in the markets. Just like when Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 3,000 during the coronavirus. I'm not saying we're not going to go lower, but I smell fear, and I'm a shark in these markets. So we're going to get into the video. Of course, let me do some Ethereal house clearing. Go to the Ethereal website, but there's information below. If you want t-shirts done, that's what we're really trying to get into now. Now that COVID is kind of winding down, at least people are back out doing things. We probably will be doing some shows, hosting some events. So I'll update you on that. Hopefully we'll have those events coming up, posted on the website whenever we do another one, which it will be soon. It will definitely be in 2022. I plan on doing at least 2 events for sure. And hopefully they're pretty big events. So if you're into vending, if you're into entrepreneurship, you want to get a table at our event, this is what we've done in the past pretty successful. So when we're going to be trying to get back into those things as well. But like I said, if you want some t-shirts, some real ink prints done on your shirts, go down to the link below, send us a Instagram message. And also we do graphics design where you can give us your logo. We can map it out and print it onto a t-shirt in your desired colors. So hit us up for that. And let's get into the price action. Let's see. My favorite cryptocurrency website. Here's another gem, is CoinGecko. You can find smart contracts for the Ethereum blockchain right on CoinGecko so you don't get scammed. My phone's going off. Let me turn this down. Yes. So my website of choice is CoinGecko. You can find the smart contracts for the Ethereum blockchain so you don't get scammed. You just go copy and paste. Maybe one day I'll do a little tutorial on this, why I use CoinGecko. But DeFi is kind of dead right now. But like I said in the beginning, this is when you want to get in the bottom. Is this the bottom? I don't know yet, but let me give it another live refresh. We're going to go over the prices. Bitcoin is at $29,666.41. $1,980 is Ethereum. Binance Coin is $328. XRP is still dealing with the lawsuit at 40 cents. Cardano is at 52 cents. Solana is at $49.62. Polkadot is at $10.20. Let me see. Chainlink is at $7.24. Chainlink and Helium. Chainlink's a little bit more established than Helium. So I know I said Helium Network is my token of 2022. But definitely do not forget about Chainlink. Man, here on Ethereal TV, last piece of the puzzle, we've done very well with Chainlink throughout the years. Really, almost a life-changing coin. Not quite as life-changing for me as Theta has been. And Theta's all the way down at $1.27. But like I said before, I made a video about Theta manipulation, Theta whales dumping on our heads. I really didn't appreciate that. I don't like how they brought it down so far. I don't like that. So be careful with Theta. It's going to take a long time, in my opinion, to rebound for Theta because they've totally destroyed their smaller investors. But there are some big players that can push it up alone, but you still need those little guys to hold their bags, and I think they crushed us a little too hard. So let's look at Helium is all the way down to $7.67. Been just dropping and dropping and dropping. Once it broke that $20 price, it just cratered. So now's another good time to buy, but I honestly am not quite as hype on Helium now either, because I think a lot of big whales are starting to dump that as well. Even at these prices, man, so much money has been made off this token. And this is why I always go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the safest. Bitcoin has the most whales in it that aren't going to dump on your head. There's a lot of people in Bitcoin that will never sell their Bitcoin because, number one, they don't need to, and number two, they don't trust exchanges. They have money already. So there's a lot of things you need to understand that I've learned throughout the years when playing the altcoin game. I've done very well, life-changing well for me, but I'm still very cautious as I go forward in the crypto markets with altcoins. So, you know, if you're just getting started, dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and that's kind of where I'm going with this video, my message today, because I smell the fear. There's so many bears calling for $20,000, $18,000, $10,000. Will we get these prices? Maybe, but if you do it the right way, it's only a buying opportunity because you need to have your cash flow, whatever that is, however you get it. You need to have your cash flow, and in my personal opinion, this is not financial advice. You need to be taking a portion of that and dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin just to have it. Get yourself a cold wallet. There's tons of tutorials on understanding cold wallets. Still to this day, when I talk to people, you know, almost everybody I talk to that has crypto still has it on an exchange. They don't even understand why it's dangerous to keep it on an exchange. So understand what a hot wallet is, a cold wallet, and I think it's very important to have some Bitcoin in a cold wallet because that could go a long way if the Titanic, which is the United States dollar, falls apart. Which it sometimes seems like it is, even though it's been gaining strength these last 3 months. They're printing it and printing it and printing it and printing it. So let's go to precious metals. I've heard through the grapevine that these have done well. Oh, it has. Silver's at $22.35 and gold is at $1,875. Once again, precious metals. Everybody who studies the financial markets, the real financial markets, understand that precious metals are the most manipulated market in the world. There's no fair market value in these. How can silver be only $22.35? We don't know. Nobody knows. Your own government doesn't even know. But they're playing a game. They want to own everything that has value. Why do you think copper shot up in 2021? I think copper, it went up so fast that they had to, some exchanges had to shut down the trading of copper. You know why? Because copper has immaculate value. It's used in electronics. It's very conductive of electricity. What natural value does the dollar have? Absolutely nothing. So you got your banks, your big guys and girls, big players. They want to own all the copper, all the silver, all the gold, all the platinum, all the palladium, and now all the good cryptocurrencies, and they want you to stay in the dollar. And all the new people that got in 2021 who had that little taste of what Bitcoin can do, they're shaking them out. They're shaking them out the markets like crazy right now. Ugh, sorry. And that's where we're at today. So right now, you're seeing the shakeout of everybody who started buying crypto in 2021, because first off, they had to push it all the way up to $70,000 before they could even start shaking everybody out. So that's what you're seeing right now. Don't get shaken out. Dollar cost average. Take your time. I've never told anybody to put all their money in at once. And try to time the top. That's impossible, as a lot of people are learning right now. I mean, there are some people who have done it and kudos to them, but there's a lot of people, most people get crushed when they're trying to do such a thing. So you just take your time, you dollar cost average, and now's the time to do it when there's blood in the streets. Everybody's down on crypto. It's so quiet you can hear a mouse. And yeah, so let's do some charting. This is Bitcoin on the daily that I'm pulling up, and you see this green, I'm calling it a symmetrical. A lot of people aren't counting this wick down, but I count the wicks down. So to me, it's a symmetrical triangle. Looks like Bitcoin should be making a move within the next let me see, I would say week. Like, I would give it a week. Bitcoin probably will be moving up or moving down. And honestly, to me, this is looking like a Bart Simpson pattern, a reverse Bart Simpson pattern. So if you know what a Bart Simpson pattern is, do a little bit of research on technical analysis. I would say we're probably going to go up, even though it's bearish because we're in a symmetrical triangle coming from the downs, going towards the downside. So that means that the earlier move was towards the downside, and now we're in a symmetrical triangle. So technically we should break out, but Bitcoin has no regards for that. Bitcoin does not care about that at all. And when the markets decide, when the Bitcoin markets decide that the bottom's in, the bottom's in, and everybody's overly bearish. So that makes me bullish. Simple mathematics. So let's pull back up the cover art of me looking at the Grand Canyon. I know I have the red arrow. That's kind of deceiving, because do I really think this is the bottom? 29,000? No. I think 26,000, yes, was the bottom. I know I said 39,000 was the bottom. Hey, we're all allowed to be wrong. I'm overly bullish on Bitcoin because I believe in the technology. So yes, we did go all the way down to 26,000, but there's just too many bears coming out of the woods right now. There's people shorting Bitcoin like crazy. I think we're probably going to get a bounce here, a bounce maybe up all the way potentially to 55,000. Now remember, I said this, a bounce, yes, all the way to 55,000 before we pull back, maybe even lower than 30,000. We might come back and retest the 26,000, but I do think the local bottom is in. And regardless, you should not look at the markets this way. It should not matter the current price of Bitcoin. You want to be dollar cost averaging, stacking your bags, stacking your sats, preparing yourself for the next bull run, and getting ahead of the retail people who are going to start FOMOing in at 60,000 again, 70,000, 80,000, $100,000 Bitcoin. This is when people will start being like, oh, I'm going to get me some of that, and it's too late. You're just setting yourself up to get your head dumped on, because all the smart money is buying at $30,000, $29,000. They wouldn't even let you buy at $26,000 damn near. I mean, some people got in at 27, but you don't control the markets. Only the big people at the top do. So trying to time these markets is impossible. Some people do it. Kudos to them. But this is the time, y'all. This is where the money's made in this bearish time. So dollar cost average, stack your altcoins, do your own research. None of this is financial advice, but continue doing what you're doing. If you're already dollar cost averaging, if you have a couple coins that you like, you want to buy when the prices are low. So understand the concept. You want to buy now. You want to stack those coins every time you get a chance. Take your time. Do not overinvest. It only takes $30, $40 a week if you're even able to do that. If not, even lower. As long as you're staying consistent with it, make it a goal in your mind to put that money aside, because the main point, and I've made videos on this, is that you want to protect your labor. The most important thing that you protect is your hard work and labor, so it continues to work for you. If you keep your labor in dollar bills, it's never going to work for you. Never. Because the dollar long term has only declined. We're just recently getting a short term pump in the dollar that won't last, because it's impossible to last when it's being printed and printed and printed out of existence. Like, you have to understand what money is. Money has scarcity. It's supposed to. Things that hold value have scarcity. The Mona Lisa would not be what it is today if there was a million of them. But this is what we're experiencing with the dollar. People don't understand money. People don't understand currency. You have a whole working class out there that are the hardest workers ever. I mean, people working 2 and 3 jobs just to see their cash dwindle away. And this is what I hate to see. Personally, I really hate to see somebody who has such a good work ethic and their labor and their labor and hard-earned dollars just go to the waste because they don't understand money. Just to give you some background, I studied accounting in college. I took quantitative methods. I have a pretty good background, and the most important thing was I was very fascinated with money and how it was created in the first place. So I've done my research on how money's created, how things hold value, how an economy should run. And this is what pushed me into Bitcoin at such low levels. It's what pushed me into Ethereum at such low levels, because I got a glimpse into the future. I'm like, this is totally unsustainable. And people who saw that have been buying Bitcoin ever since. If not Bitcoin, then buying gold and silver and things like that. That are a hedge against this beast of a system. Because the beast wants to keep you in what they control, which is the United States dollar, digitally. So I still like cash. Always have your cash on deck, on hand, just in case. But they can print this stuff out of thin air, y'all. So I'm calling the bottom as of now at 26,000. I'm probably wrong, but hey, we all have our predictions, and I just smell too many bears in the markets right now. But you do have the government, our malicious government, who has your every bad intent in their mind, so they can come up with crisis after crisis to try to push the markets and try to control the markets how they want, to get you out of your assets, make you suffer, make you pay high gas prices, have inflation, pay high food prices, and things like that. So this is them hard at work trying to destroy people's wealth, the American people's wealth, as well as the rest of the world, because not just our government, every government across the world is doing this right now. They want to have people that are reliant on the system. They are prepping the FEMA camps and such things. But don't let me go too deep, because I won't be able to post the video, because YouTube is controlled by our masters, and I know I'm starting to rant going into conspiracy, but that's where we're at. That's what it takes. And this is what I talk to people about behind closed doors, because YouTube and other outlets won't let you even talk about this stuff anymore. And that's how you know it's real. And Bitcoin is real, and gold and silver is real, and fiat currency is terrible in the long run. Short term, they can do whatever they want, but as time unravels and things people understand what's going on, more and more and more people continue to diversify out of the dollar, because your labor is only losing value. So that's my message today. This is your boy Doc Blake with Ethereal TV. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.